Today's menu I'm going to be cooking spaghetti bolognese, and I'm going to show you how we do it. In a pan you put a bit of oil in, which I've already done. Then you're going to cook 2 onions like these. And I'll straight you through it. Show you through it. I might have to swap to a different knife. I've got the worst knife you can think of. Just want to thank everyone for subscribing and everyone who's been watching my videos. Thank you very much. And Hugo's not here at the moment, but he'll say thank you if he was here. I'm doing this the day before, so the spaghetti bit, well, the bolognese bit that I'm doing now is going to sit in the pan overnight, in the pan, not cooked. I'm going to cook it today, then I'm going to let it marinate in the pan overnight, and then give it a stir a couple of times, and I'm going to put it in the freezer in different containers, and whatever's left over I'll have tomorrow for tea. This is the worst bit of doing the spaghetti bolognese, is the onions. Right, got the skin off them, time to chop them. Definitely the wrong knife. There is a better knife than this, but the knife I did have, someone's run off with it, so I'm stuck with this one. It's ideal to do it with short sleeves, but because I'm feeling cold I'm keeping my sleeves on. I am cold today. Try and get this done as quickly as I can. Making spaghetti bolognese from scratch like I'm doing is quite long-winded. Then you've got to cook it for 40 minutes as well. Oops. Still some skin on it. You don't want the skin, you want the middle bit. Already it's making my eyes water. Sticking to my hand. Normally I do gaming, but I thought I'd do this today. I'm pre-cooking some dinners for the next couple of weeks. stick to my hand again. For those who are not subscribed, you're welcome to subscribe. I hate it when it falls apart like that and you're trying to cut it. It just shows it's quite fresh onion. And also be really careful with your fingers as well. Oh. This is quite sticky. Once you've got it in the pan, make sure to wash your hands. If you're like me, you like to touch your eyes, you don't want to be doing that after touching onions. It hurts. Try to go as small as you can. Quite lucky I'm using a blunt knife. If you're using a blunt knife like me, you probably need to add extra pressure to the knife. And I'll be using herbs as well, just towards the end. Oh, I lost a bit of an onion, never mind. I'll pick it up at the end and put it in the bin. Takes about 40 minutes to cook in the pan once it's all done. Stir it occasionally, but not too often, because you want it to marinate in the pan overnight. And then when you come down for breakfast, just give it one quick stir. Leave it until after you've had your breakfast. And then if you're having it for dinner, just cook the whole thing. But if you're doing what I'm doing, batch cooking, just put it in separate containers. And when you can't fit it all in the containers, you've got some for dinner or tea. And my eyes are watering. At this point I can't see what I'm cutting because my eyes are watering. I'm trying to do it as quick as I can because my eyes are really hurting me now. If it gets too much for you, you can always stop and have a break. Oh, it's very sticky. Last onion to cut down, I'm glad. This one doesn't want to be cut. I don't normally do cooking on my channel, but I thought I would. It's mainly gaming, or you might see Hugo time to time, the dog, pop up doing something. He's currently away on a dog's holiday at the minute. Giving me time to focus on other things. I'm going to do beauty hauls. I'm waiting to do the boots haul. The reason I'm saying I'm waiting to do boots haul because I haven't been yet. But that is coming up, and my favourites is also coming up. I'm also thinking of doing a video of my things I dislike. Because there's a few things that I've been using I really don't like. So I'm thinking of putting that up so you know. This is a very fresh onion because it's very stringy. We don't want the stringy bit in the spaghetti bolognese. I'm suffering here, I can't see a thing. All I can see is water. My eyes are that bad. I've had to film with the windows shut because there's so much noise going on outside. I love a homemade cooked meal. Oh my goodness. If anybody wants to know where I got the recipe from, just leave me a comment in the comment box and I will let you know. Oh, it's not always this bad when you cook the onions. Oh, I'm clearly suffering with this onion. I don't normally suffer with it, but I am today. It takes just over an hour to cook everything, basically. My favourite bit of cutting things, it's got to be the peppers and mushrooms. They don't make your eyes water. When you've got to cut it so small like this, sometimes you might suffer with achy hands or arms. I'm someone who really hates onions, but it's got onion on the recipe. So I'm cutting it really small as I possibly can. It cooks better, and also once you've got everything in, you can't taste the onions. Right, onions chopped. Now that's got to go in the pan. which has got the oil in already, pre-done. Just bring it all around the pan, and then just put it into the pan like this. Can I rest that on there? Definitely do it with short sleeves, or else you could have onions up your sleeve. I can't believe we're in June and I'm already thinking about Christmas. Literally. I've done my list of what I'm going to buy pretty much everyone. That's a backup plan if they don't tell me what they want. Right, I think that's done. Shake it around the pan, make sure it's all the way in. Put it on the cooker. Dry your hands if you've got wet hands. And just dry that. Then the next thing, once you've done the oil in the pan, chop your 2 onions. You then need your garlic clove. You need the whole garlic clove. And if you've still got onion on your hands, this is going to stick to your hands. I never know how to open these. Just rip it up. I don't normally use a knife to open them, but I don't know how you open these. Don't worry if you get some that look a bit bad, just cut the bad bits off. And if you're trying to cut your prices down on your budgeting and shopping, for your fruit and vegetables, I always go to Lidl's, especially for these. And your herbs, like this, your herbs, because they are cheaper. 89p, but Morrison's and other places it's like £1 something. So if you really want to save, I'd recommend Lidl's. Unless you have like a shop that might do it cheaper near you. I literally have to go to the other side of town to get the cheap stuff. Make sure you take all the skins off these bits. It's fiddly. I'm doing it on a tray because it makes it easier to get rid of the rubbish. Make sure you have a bowl of water to put your hand in after you've done all this, because you're going to have sticky hands, especially after you've touched the garlic, which I already have. I like to keep my hands clean between touching different things that I'm cooking. Otherwise you end up with this situation, sticky hands and you can't open it. Can't get the skin off. I think it's off. Yeah, it's off. And your whole house will smell absolutely lovely when you're cooking this. Sticking to my hands again. I need to put my hands in some water. It's too sticky. Just plain water. I was going to do this last night, but I didn't want to be cooking at 10 o'clock at night. Because it's long-winded, this. If you want it from fresh, it's very long-winded. Cut the ends off. That was a bit... You can usually tell if it's going off by feeling it or by looking at it. If it's so bad, just put it to the side. I hope everyone who's watching is doing well. We had a mad May. It was quite hot here in the UK. I'm saying UK because some places that I know of, I've got people from America that I know. The end's already cut off that, so I don't need to worry. That's quite... It feels a bit mushy, this one, so I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a look at it. It feels quite soft and it shouldn't. If you're not too sure, best thing to do is put it to a side. I'm trying to get the layer off. I'll go back to the water. That's fine. Once you've done this, you chop it up small into squares. I don't know if this is going to be, it should be enough. It's hard to judge them. I picked the biggest one I could see in the shop. It should be okay. The ends are okay, yep. I'll leave up there for a minute because I think that's going to be enough. Right, do what we did before. Just cut them until they're small. Let's move this over here so you can see me cutting them. Good thing about these are that they're already small, but need to go a bit smaller. At this point I can smell the onions and the garlic. This is garlic clove and I can smell it. I actually love having these. I love eating the garlic cloves, especially in bakes, like chicken bakes. I've had quite a few of them lately. Homemade as well. I used to do a lot of baking as a kid, but not so much as an adult. Maybe one day I'll get back into baking. I'm actually going to do nearer Christmas. I'm going to do a bit of crafting, I think. I must make Christmas decorations and things like that. Some of you probably know it if you're an 80s kid. I spent most of my 90s making certain decorations. and I haven't forgotten how to make them, so that's good. Almost got my finger there, but I didn't. That's the last thing we want is me bleeding over this, because I would have to swill it off. Oh, the skin's on that one. Right, they are looking brilliant. I'm happy how they look. Yeah, I can't do it too small because my fingers. Once it's all gone in the pan, I shall look forward to a lovely cup of tea. I've currently just taped on television that they've got the Christmas Griswold. So I absolutely love that film, especially Clark, because he's really funny. It's about a guy that likes to take his family on holiday, and it goes wrong every time. But this holiday, though, he has it at home with family, and even that goes wrong, which is kind of funny as well. That was done in the 80s, I think it was 83 or 89, it's something like that. But for the whole 90s, I absolutely love it. The next thing you need to do, once you've chopped your garlic clove, is you put that into the pan also. Spread it around the pan like that, so it goes all over the pan, which is what we want. And I can't wait for it to all go in. There's not much of a mess at the end because I've done it on a tray, so clean up afterwards is easy. Hand back in plain water. And the next thing you need, after you've done your garlic clove, is your pepper. Got a red pepper for this one, and for this one I'm going to do it on a plate. Do that on there in a minute, but cutting it on the tray first. This knife's not big enough for this. I haven't got the proper knife because someone's got it, so I have to use this. There we go. Let's get this bit out of the way. Now we can use this one, because this is the easy bit. You'll see why I'm doing it on a plate in a minute. Because you've got all these seeds that they go everywhere. Got to make sure they're off because we don't want them in the food. So put that on the plate. Check both sides as it's off, because you really don't want this. And the white bit either, you don't want that. Oh dear, I've just cut straight through the... Never mind. I cut straight through that. Make sure the white's off, the seeds are off. I'm not quite sure what you can do with the seeds once you've done this. For me, that always goes in the bin, because I don't know what you can do with them. There's a bit of white on that. These seeds get everywhere. Trying to avoid cutting straight through the pepper. It's normally a lot redder than this, but I've had it a few days, so that's probably why it's looks orange when it's actually red. There's a lot of pepper on here. I mean seeds. Check there's none on the knife. And I'll put my hand in water again in a minute because I know there's a load on my hand. And now we do the same again. We cut this up small. Probably should have done a bigger plate. Once you've done the what we got next? Yeah, once you've done the mushrooms, it gets easier. This is the worst bit, when you have to do everything. Somebody once said that fresh vegetables like this is better than the tins that people get, glass bottles, where it's already in the bottle, which is not fresh. And they have chemicals as well, so you don't know what chemicals are going to go in it. So if you are using bottles, always read the label in case you're allergic to something. I like fresh homemade food. Don't always get a chance to get into the kitchen to do it, but when I do, I'm there forever. Hours. This is going to be over an hour, definitely. By the time I've put the meat in and put the herbs in. Once it goes in for 40 minutes, I can literally leave it. Once I've added everything into the pan, I will literally end the stream there and just leave it to cook for 40 minutes. Come back, stir it, turn it off at the pan, move it to a different hob, and then just leave it overnight. And then come back after breakfast and then start putting it in the containers. And if I can't get it all in, then what's left over will go for my tea, which I can't wait. You can have spaghetti bolognese with grated cheese, or you can have the one that's in the containers. I mix and match. Sometimes I have both, sometimes I have one or the other. I've actually got it quite close to me so I can actually show you what I use. I actually use that from Morrison's. It's £2 at Morrison's. It used to be £1.80, but like everything, it's gone up. That's like grated cheese in a container. But you can do both. You can have that one or fresh cheese. It's great cheese. Depends how much time you have. Some people have spaghetti bolognese with proper spaghetti, but I like pasta. So I have it with pasta. So if you like the video at the end, please give a thumbs up. Be appreciated, and thank you all for watching again. If you got this far with all the patience, then thank you very much for that. You need to have a lot of patience when you're cooking this. You can also find me on my gaming stream on Twitch under the name Michelle Sugar 01. If anyone out there likes to watch people gaming, I'm also on that, but I also put clips on YouTube. If I think they're funny, then I'll clip it and put little clips on. Or if I feel like it, I just put the whole thing on, the whole stream on. It's free to subscribe, so you're very welcome to subscribe to both channels. There isn't a proper schedule for gaming, but I do it pretty much mostly every weekend. Sometimes in the week, depending on how busy I am. I feel like I should have pre-done this earlier on, but I wanted you to see how I was doing it. Whereas normally I would have pre-done this earlier, but I'm sharing it with you, so I can't do that. If you need to stop and have a break when you're cooking this, just feel free to stop and have a drink, a cup of tea, juice. Because you might find if you're somebody who suffers with a bad back, it will hurt your back. So if you're somebody who suffers with a bad back, I recommend taking a break. Right, that's done. And the next step now is to put that in the pan, which I'm just going to get. Like that. That's all the pepper. Straight in like that. Mush it around a bit, like that. Put the pan back on the cooker with the cooker turned off for the moment. And then your next step is to chop up the mushrooms. And for these, you don't need the whole packet. These were £1 at Morrison's. I've had them a few days, so they're a bit, but they'll be alright. So you want 6 of them. Get the biggest ones you can find. And whatever you've got left over, you can have it with a different meal, or you can have it with a fry-up. That's 4. It depends how many is left after you've had 6. That's 4, 5, and 6. And I'm left with 4. I will use them a different day for something else. I'll put this over there out of the way because I now need a tray again. Once you get the messy bit out of the way, I'll put it back on the plate and I can start chopping again. A lot of people use chopping boards and that, but I could, but I don't because it's more washing up. This is just a simple wipe down. So that's done, like that. Just keep doing all that till they're all peeled. You might have black fingers, kind of. That's okay, you can always wash your hands. I swirl my hands in water when I do the vegetables. And when it comes to the meat, then I get the soap out and start washing my hands properly. This is how quick and easy this is, really quick. I cook spaghetti bolognese quite a lot because it's a meal that I really like. Someone taught me how to cook it, and ever since then, that's it. That's all I like to cook the most. I do cook other things like roast dinner. I've actually cooked that the other day, and I've got pictures as well of what it looks like afterwards. But I don't know if I can put that on YouTube. If anyone does want to see pictures of it, I can happily put one on. Or my Instagram. I'm also on Instagram. That's done. That's the worst over. Make sure there's no pips on the knife when you start cutting this, because you don't want the pips. The side's clean because I just cleaned it, so I'm okay to do that. These feel quite fresh as well, even though they don't look it. I check the date, they're not out of date, they're fine. This is the bit I like doing. Just cut, cut, cut like that. Doesn't matter how messy it looks, because it's going to be messy in the pan. Quite squidgy actually. I gave up slicing it, I'm just cutting it. As long as it's small cuts, that's fine. There's no skin, so all this on the plate is going in the pan. I've taken the skin off. I'm even going to try and learn how to do shepherd's pie the next couple of weeks. I won't be streaming that one though. If you want me to stream it after I've learned how to make it, I'll be happy to do it for you. This doesn't need too much concentration for me because I know how to cook this. I kind of wish I had the window open now because this kitchen's getting quite warm. There's going to be two parts to this because I'm going to have to stop the stream because I've got to move the camera to the cooker so you can see what it looks like. We're getting there. I desperately need a break, but I can't just now. Running out of spaces. The back is starting to hurt. That's fine. The skin was on that then. No, it's not. You can tell the difference when it is. That's quite messy. After this one, there's two left to cut. And then I'm going to start warming up the cooker. I'll put it on low until I've got the meat all cut ready. Well, you don't need to cut that, you just pull it apart with your fingers, which I'll do over here before I move the camera to the cooker. Start putting it in a bit at a time afterwards. So this is going to be part one. Part two is going to be a lot shorter than this one. This is coming along absolutely nicely. I'm happy with it. One more to go after this one. there's any videos you would like me to live stream, just let me know in the comments and I will see what I can do. Or if you're watching me on Twitch or YouTube with gaming, at the moment I've got the Game Pass, so I can pretty much play any game as long as I've got it installed. But when it runs out in July, I might not renew it, so I'll be limited. If you want to play a certain game, I can try. Currently playing the new map on Fortnite. Well, it's not new map, it's new to me. The big map, as I call it. And I'm absolutely loving that map at the minute. I normally play Blitz with friends. Or on followers, if they've got the game. Oops. Yeah, we're running out of spaces. But we don't need another plate, it will fit. This is the last one. I was going to have a cup of tea, but I think I need a cold drink now. From the fridge. It's not a hot day, but the kitchen's extremely hot because the window's shut. Brilliant. I'm happy with that. And the same again, you get your pan like that without banging it, and put all this that you've just chopped straight in. Don't worry about the mess on the plate, but there we go, done. We'll stir that round properly in a minute. Just put the plate on the side because I don't need that. That can go back on the cooker. I did need that actually. I'm just going to give it a quick swirl. There we go, just quickly swirled that in water. Now I'm going to get the mince, put that in, just take my jacket off. Yep, so any sort of mince, like that one. You can have beef, you can have lamb. I've never used pork, but I'm sure you could use pork. And the size I've gone for is about 500 grams. There are big family packs you can use. Right, you just get your mince in little bits. You just do that. Break it up. Keep that bowl of water free, so you don't have to touch your hand with a tap after touching the meat. Because you'll need to put your hands in that in a minute. Just take it into pieces like this. But with the meat, you don't add it all at once. You do it a little bit at a time. Like you stir it, wait a few seconds, and then put some more in, stir it, wait a few seconds or a few minutes. And the same again. You just keep doing that until it's brown. And once this start cooking all this, the kitchen's going to smell absolutely gorgeous. I feel sorry for the neighbours because they will smell it. I have cooked this for friends, family, even neighbours. And every time I cook it, they want more. They always come back wanting me to cook it again. Not all my friends have tried this yet. In time, I'm sure they will. Right, we're coming to the end of the meat. Yep, this is the end of the meat. It's quite a lot of it. But none of it gets wasted because I put these in separate containers and have them different days. It is freezable, what I'm doing. But if you want it, you get it out the night before you want it. Leave it in the fridge or on the side to defrost. That's the meat in the containers. The pasta, you don't touch that until the day you want it. Then you cook the pasta. All you have to do with this then is just warm it up on your cooker until it's nicely warmed up. There we go, pile of mess. I'm going to go and put my hands in water. And that's the end of part 1. Part 2 is coming in just a moment. And thank you for watching.